Welcome back to the TOB.Podcast. My name is Summer.
I'm Anne-Marie.
I'm Queen.
And we are
the
trying
Powerpuff Girls.
Why? It was on such a smooth road.
Honestly, the normal intros are boring.
It's a thing now. We
Honestly,
were the Teletubbies last week, and now we're the Powerpuff Girls.
If you were wearing green, though, because like the blue, the pink, that would have been perfect.
Oh, so I'm the mean one.
I mean, you interrupted my whole... I'm just... If the shoe fits.
We are trying our best.
And we are.
Don't you worry now. Just hold your head high. Don't you worry now. Just hold your head high. Don't turn around. The prize is not behind you.
With that, can you try your best to subscribe, please and thank you. We're on the road to 100. I think we're in the 80s now, which is very exciting. Just hollering at all the day ones that were here from the beginning. Please, if you want to be the before 100 club, now's your opportunity. For all we know, by the time this episode comes out, you're already too late. So jump on. Like, share with the family group chat. Whatever you want to say, please put it below. We love seeing all the comments, all the feedback, whether that's Instagram DMs, my little Spotify. You guys have my heart. Thank you so much. And of course, all our little YouTube babies. So we appreciate you all. And with that, I guess we can kind of jump in. I don't know if you can tell, but the room is set up a little bit different. We're a little bit cozy. We're a little bit crunched up in the room for a very good reason. Emery, would you like to tell them that very good reason?
Dun, dun, dun. Now bear with me, I can't read, okay?
Hot start.
Listen, I'm not you perpetrating black stereotypes. I do not appreciate that.
Listen.
Just the other day, Donald Trump told the president of Liberia, you speak such good English.
It's beautiful language. Who taught you? Insane.
Anyway, thank you, Jesus. Let's move on.
Take it away.
Okay. Father, open the eyes of her understanding.
Me just too. All right. So today, ladies and gentlemen, children,
boys and girls,
yes, we are joined by a DJ. All right. And action. Today, we are joined by a DJ who has shaped the sound of faith-based events since 2014. From Kingdom Bound to Change Conference. I told you I can't read. Overflow and more, he brought the vibes to the stage to stages across Canada, the US, and Europe. He has shared the stage with artists like Lecrae, Chris Tomlin, and Elevation Rhythm. And beyond DJing, he's a part of a group, ANC3, with his brothers, who are known for their high energy viral content that crosses music and anime. So, without further ado, we would want to welcome to the TOB family, Mr. OJ.
You are so kind. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
I'm glad to know that you're also from England as well.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, please don't bring this out again.
Oh,
Yes.
Have you met Charlie?
Have you met Charlie?
Charlie?
The whole speed is funny because literally I was about to say there was someone left 2 comments recently on episode 15 where Charlie was created. And they were like, I feel like I just watched an episode of Love Island UK.
Honestly, that's how I got the accent.
There's more than one Love Island? I thought it was just one. Why is there multiple
They're
Love
intercontinental.
Yeah.
There's multiple seasons
So
and
it's
there's
not just
multiple
one
locations.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not catching up.
Catch
to that
up.
at all. Nah.
Get with the program.
Honestly, there's a lot you could skip.
Yeah.
So much you
Like
could
the
skip.
whole show at that
Like,
point?
there's 7 seasons of the US. Skip to the last 2.
Yeah, there's specific seasons that people would recommend that you watch based on the level of drama.
And then, like, within the episode 2, like, they do a lot of yapping. Skip all of it.
Among other things.
Well, I feel like you would relate to like filler episodes, right? So like when we talk about, OJ in the like anime scene, something like Naruto, which is like 500 episodes, there's a good like 80 to 120 that are just like him running around as a kid, just like high-fiving people. And he just has
it's like, all right, we're gonna this is the time to get the food.
Yeah. Well, speaking of anime, I saw on your stories recently you've been all over the place. I think LA is the most recent place that you went to.
Yeah, Anime Expo. Is the largest anime event in the world. It's like 100,000 plus people.
Whoa!
In the span of like what would be Bramalea City Center. Like it's just a ton of people. And the coolest part about it is that it's like, yes, there's the typical like the nerds that like anime, but then there's also random like celebrities and people that just like anime, but they don't publicly walk around and say it, so they go to those things. So you bump into Waka Flocka Flame, you bump into like artists.
Random. Why is it black men?
She said, as a black man, why?
Because I was like, oh, maybe you'll run into like Shia LaBeouf, or, you know.
No, true. So, you know the guy that says, oh my goodness, he's an East Asian guy that goes, emotional.
Emotional damage.
So like we bumped
Uncle
into him. We
Roger?
bumped into him like a couple.
That's different. They look.
No, they look the same, but I know him.
Okay.
I know.
You know Uncle Roger?
So I met him at an event. He's hilarious, but also extremely nice guy. Like very, very nice
I feel
guy.
like, especially because like I watch like Uncle Roger and then also like Nigel. I feel like the dichotomy of the two. I'm like, I don't even know how you guys are the same character.
So you can't read, but you know words like dichotomy.
Go on, sister.
I'm hyping you up, by the way.
I'm illiterate.
She struggled with like.
I have the dictionary in my head. I don't need to know how to read it.
She only knows big words. That's a very Nigerian thing to only know big words.
Onomatopoeia.
Chief officer.
I feel like I really detest, you know, like the corporate meetings and you're like, well, tell us something about yourself. Like, give us a fun fact about yourself. And because I hate it so much, I'm going to ask you to.
Jeez. Fun fact about myself?
Yeah.
Jeez, what's a fun fact about myself? I have a cousin with the same name, same last name.
What does OJ stand for?
King has come.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, is it a Nigerian name?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I happen to be from the greatest country in the world.
You know, gang.
For, for 419.
Yo, relax.
Thank you.
Relax.
One time.
Great music. No. Back that up. Great music, great food,
True.
smart people.
True.
Doctors and lawyers
Big
everywhere.
egos, big heads.
Absolutely. Great soccer.
Great scammers.
We have the, yes.
Yes, if we're going to do something, we're going to be good at it.
Great
Oh,
princes.
Touch me. Yeah.
You are great, yes, you are. Mighty scammer.
Yeah, if we go 90 Day
You
Fiancé
surfed
to the
upon
best.
the net.
We got a couple people on 90 Day Fiancé.
Wait, no, there's a it's like one of these reality shows you were talking about where the Nigerian guy did something like, it's Love is Blind. Is it Love is Blind?
Oh,
well, there's
we don't have a
multiple-
great reputation on that
Okay,
show.
are you talking about Uche? Or
Yes.
are you talking about
I had white
SK?
people coming to me in the
I'll be
office
honest,
being
I'll
like,
be honest. I feel bad because it's specific Igbo people, so I feel left out of the.
yeah,
the
I have no problem.
SK was Yoruba though.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was. His mom literally had a gele.
Jeez, well,
Okay.
we take L's where we take them.
Back on topic.
Okay, so let's start with why do black men
yeah.
like anime so much? I think first of all, it's that they see themselves in it. I know that sounds kind of crazy because you're like the skin color doesn't matter, but like it's not. I think the U.S. focuses a lot on like the skin color, but doesn't focus on the actual story.
Yeah.
So like a lot of black American boys, men, can see themselves in stories where I'm from grinding from the bottom. No one, for example, Naruto. No one cared about me. Everyone looked down on me. I'm the one to come and bring everyone out and save everyone. Like that's something that you don't have to be a certain color to understand and get, but you can see that and see the work that they put in and be like, yeah, that's me. Or like Rock Lee from the same show. Like, doesn't everyone else has all these like great powers and all this stuff? Rock Lee is just hands and arms always. I mean, he's a cool person. You're like, oh, okay, so like I can be like that for like my family. Like my family they're super smart, but I'm gonna be the person that like just hustles really hard to get by. So I feel like for me, I think that's why a lot of black Americans, a lot of black Africans, a lot of black period, like are just like, I get it. And also it's fighting. It's like Bruce Lee, all that kind of stuff, but now you have this person doing quadruple the amount that everyone else can do.
Yeah, I feel like it's an American, like a lot of this like segregation type of mentality where you have to be of a particular demographic to enjoy something is very American, because growing up back home, we had our media was very different from what you guys have here. Obviously, I consumed everything in French, but we have a specific channel.
In French?
Yes.
Cameroon. Our official languages are French and English. And then we lived in like the French capital of it. Yeah. But we had
that's a superpower itself. To be able to speak French and just randomly. So you can just switch and start speaking French right now.
Bien sûr. But I just said, of course.
Okay, flex. If I had hair, I would go. You know.
No, what I was saying is we had a specific channel called Manga, which was literally dedicated to Japanese cartoons or anime.
Yeah,
so all of the Dragon Ball Z and Naruto, and we even had like there was like a cartoon called Benjamin where he was a soccer player, but he would use like powers to like play football, whatever. So it was a whole thing, and we just like watched it. There was never a conversation about like as African kids should we be watching this, like any kind of stereotypes or anything of the sort. So it's very interesting to see the kind of conversations that happen over here when it comes to that type of media.
And the other thing to add on to that, the characters aren't white.
Yep.
That's like, I think the other main portion is like, everything cartoon wise, like in the US, all the characters are white with like the one random ginger and black kid that's like there. Everyone else, they're doing better now. Like they're doing better now. Like even like Avatar: The Last Airbender, like you can see the range of different like characters there. But for everything else, it's like the only characters are white, and there's this other random POC that you're like, oh okay, like I can understand that. Like respect for family. This is like there's certain things that you get from these shows. You're like that actually. I feel that's something I would see.
I also feel like and maybe I don't watch a lot of cartoons, but I think the storylines are more optimistic. Probably like they're like. There's like a nuclear, like not in anime.
in anime?
Not in animes, but I mean in like.
Traumatized you.
I'm thinking about Phineas and Ferb. I don't know why that's the cartoon.
Okay.
Like where like like they have a nice nuclear family, and then like some random kid decides to go off and do something that's kind of unnecessary, and
they end up finding their way back.
Yeah, where I feel like there's a little bit more higher stakes when it comes to anime.
Yeah,
and the story's told.
Yeah, so like definitely storyline is what drew me to anime. A lot of the storylines is somebody is being like ostracized or like being put under like immense pressure, and they don't necessarily have the full picture of it, but through just determination and like pursuit of knowledge and bettering themselves, that they are able to level up, so to speak, and like have more understanding, help the people around them, maybe make a change in their entire village or their entire country or their island, and Attack on Titan, for good or for bad, and like being able to kind of identify with those same things. Like I definitely resonated with that from a young age. Do you remember like your start for like love of anime?
Naruto, Inuyasha, and Gundam Seed. And there's even parts like as to what you were saying. I recently did a talk at, I can't remember which conference it was, but I was relating anime to the Bible and how some of these things really connect. Like Naruto is 100% the character that Jesus tells us to be. Yeah. In the fact that like he goes, let me like, and you'll understand like as you 100%. Go through it. Like Naruto's best friend walks out on the village, basically tries to murder and kill almost everyone there, turns his back on the community, leaves, and this person says, no, this person has a good heart. We can they can come back. And goes to the utmost of, I'm not going to spoil it, but like really hurting himself to get this person back. And as much as he is a super strong character, the thing that everyone knows him for is talk no jutsu, because the most evil person, he talks them out of what they're doing. Mm-hmm. And so if there isn't anything of who Jesus calls us to be, is people that are looking at people with the fact that these people can be redeemed. I can't remember the Bible verse where it says, God is not slow. Oh my goodness.
He is slow to anger and quick to forgive?
Yes, but it's more so related to the fact that it's like he's not slow in like bringing things to happen, but he wants everyone to be able to come to repentance.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so it's like if everyone else gave up on Sasuke, like on in some cases episode 5, but like season like 2, Naruto waited all the way to the very end, and that's like those are some of the values, and you see those things in like in so many different animes where people just go out of their way in a way that you wouldn't do normally. And it helps you, like, you have the verse.
2 Peter 3:9. The Lord is not slow about his promise, as some count slowness, but is patient toward you, not willing for any to perish, but for all to come to repentance.
Yeah.
Sorry. I thought it was just interesting, like, drawing that connection between anime and Christianity, because I feel like to the most common eye, they're, like, completely opposite.
Yeah.
Like, witchcraft gone. Get rid of it.
I just want to say, like, the Holy Spirit is really here, because even literally, I was about to ask you. Well, I had a couple questions to ask you, but one of the questions I wanted to ask you is like, as somebody who is in this space, right? Like, how do you reconcile the way? Because especially with today's society, I feel like there's a lot of policing of how Christians should consume media. And like, how do you reconcile that? And so for you to go directly into, you know, Naruto literally is the story of, like, that's the kind of person God calls us to be. And then with Amory's point as well, I just wanted to highlight that. But we can go into that question later. I
love that you brought that up. I feel like sometimes, like, every single time something new comes out, you'll see like 16 YouTube videos.
Don't watch that.
Why Christians shouldn't be watching Love Island. It's why Christians shouldn't leave their house. Why Christians should throw out their TVs, throw out their DVD players, and act like the outside world doesn't exist.
Crazy.
I feel like if God wanted us to walk through the world with like our eyes shut, then like
we won't have eyes.
Here.
It says we were supposed to be in the world but not conform to it. So like you have to be in fact, I think part of the reason that a lot of us have become so like not able to talk to the world is because we actually don't
understand it.
We don't understand. Like, this is not a shot at pastors, but this is something someone told me. Is that pastors should take time to go out into society and actually work a job randomly, just so you'll be able to come in contact with other people. Because when you work here, everyone around you is a Christian.
Yeah.
It's
your own echo chamber.
Yeah. And then so you don't know that there's this show that goes completely against what our beliefs are, and you can't even touch on that topic because you don't even know what the show is about, which is what Paul did. Paul went to, I can't remember what the place was. Paul went to the place and he said, this random statue thing that y'all have here, the unknown God, let me tell you who this person is, and was able to expand on it. If you don't know who the unknown God is, you can't speak to those people. And as Paul says, I'm willing to become, what does he say? What was it? I'm willing to become everything to make everyone.
To the Jew, I'm a Jew. To the Gentile, to the Roman, I'm a Roman.
And so it's like, I'm not going to go out. There's certain things where it's like, God has not called you to those places.
Oh, sorry. He's fighting a fruit fly, by the way.
I have them in my house.
Sorry,
Don't
guys.
expose us.
I have them in my house.
Listen, we have Sunday school kids,
Stay
the
ready.
snacks, you know, we try our best.
One thing, this is random, I hate mosquitoes. That is, of all the things in
So
life.
that is your fun fact.
Yes, and things in life that I ask God, I'm like, what is the purpose of this actual animal insect that does nothing for life? If there were no insects, I would actually go into the woods. Like, I'm not afraid of bears and everything. I'm just afraid of getting bitten up.
Funny enough, mosquitoes are actually very vital to the ecosystem.
Actually.
But oh my gosh, so many things. Literally, when you said Paul, I rolled my eyes because what I was going to say when you were done speaking is like, what made Paul such not just a polarizing character, but also so convincing, is that he had been a part of that world, whether it's being like a Pharisee or being a part of the Sanhedrin. Like, he knew how to counter those ideologies because he had been one of the people to perpetrate those ideologies himself. And I think we were having
the worst of the worst.
Yeah, like, I've been there, done that. But we were having a conversation before we started filming, and I find it so... I have such a burden in my heart when we use people's past to question their present, where we're like, oh, you were this person, and even though you gave your life to Christ because you were this person, you openly profess to still struggling with those temptations, you can never grow past that. And I'm like, so what does that say about David? What does that say about Paul? What does that say about all these people who did very terrible things, not just being a homosexual in their past? They killed people, committed murder so they could commit adultery, so they could cover up their adultery. Like,
it's like projected self-righteousness where it's like, oh, I like whatever sin I'm dealing with, I'm too ashamed to whatever, so I'm going to judge you because your sin
You're telling
is worse
on yourself.
than my sin.
You're telling on yourself.
Sin is on a scale now.
Yeah.
And like. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's oh gosh, how do I say this quickly? There's the.
Take your time.
Thank you. There is.
Okay.
There's a certain aspect when I see people lashing out at people, like for example, the one that comes off the topic. Lecrae. When people smash it about Lecrae, I'm like, oh, he should be doing this. He used to really rap more about God in his lyrics, and now he doesn't. This is this. I'm like, listen, the guy. If we're gonna assume that this guy is being led by God, which I hope we all do. We hope we're all being led by God. How do you know you're not taking away from what God's telling him to do? Pray for the man. If you see him doing something wrong, pray that he would gain understanding, because you yourself are living in this life, and there's someone else looking exactly at you saying, you used to do this, you used to do this, and you're not doing it. Yeah. And so what I find a lot of Christians do, and we're coming back to media now, is that Christians will attack anyone that's doing something. There's people that are not happy that y'all are doing this. Yeah. And they're like, they said this and it should have been this. It's like, guys, we are human beings that will make mistakes. We're trying our best. Right? So it's like, let the people start and get, and the Holy Spirit will guide us, will correct you when you do something wrong. But outside of that, it's like, you were not supposed to be attacking the people on our team. Yeah. Like, this is someone that's trying to get the message out in whatever way. Maybe we don't agree with the message. It's okay. Same with Paul and Peter. Like, okay, do your thing. I'm gonna do it on this side. You do it on your side. But like, you can't be saying, oh, this person's sins are so bad and this is this one. It's like, realistically, you have your own. Like, all of us have our own sins.
Yeah, I like that you compared it to like a team, because like I had an image of like literally a soccer field. I'm like, are you gonna score a goal on your own team when
to prove a point?
If one of your teammates mess up, or are you gonna pick up the ball where they left off and be like, okay, you messed up there, but let me dust off your shoulders, pick you up, and let's keep going and keep fighting the good fight.
Yeah, and just to take it back to the Bible, because when a lot of people I've seen do that, like whether it's the heresy hunters or whoever, or the specific person we were talking about before.
Wild
T-shirt?
T-shirt? Heresy hunters? Yeah, you need to...
Trademark
that.
I didn't come up with it. I thought it was pretty well known that that's what that type of content, they're called heresy hunters.
Well, I mean, if no one's come with the shirt yet, you can still do it, because that's not a trademark thing.
YouTube channels that I think are based off exposing this false preacher. This musician is blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But it's so sad. It's so sad that that we're doing that, because I get biblically you can say there's reasons why you should be doing that, but also it's like when Paul was calling people out, like Paul actually went to some of these places, like he was like, they're doing something stupid, mans are gonna go find out, and we're gonna walk there and like actually, but like you can't say that to the guy at 2819 church. You can't say that to
through your Instagram live.
I mean this in the best way possible. I want to strangle you.
Okay, hit me.
You're hitting all the things. Literally, again, Paul, right? My point at the beginning was, people like to use an example of Paul calling out Peter as an example, but I'm like, you cannot nitpick scripture, right? If we're going to read scripture, let's read scripture. So, yes, Paul called out Peter to his face. But when Peter betrayed Jesus, do we pay attention to the fact that there is no record of any of the disciples being like, oh, I always knew he was going to do that?
That's a troop. I'm not going to lie. If I was a disciple, I'd be like, fam, you were great.
You were wild.
But one thing I didn't do is hear 3.
You're lucky Judas messed up, because that last dinner, that last supper, like,
Judas.
it's looking a little shaky.
Nobody's like, bro, Judas betrayed Jesus. And it goes a step further to where when the angel announces to them that Jesus is risen, the angel says, go tell the disciples and Peter, because we know that Peter would isolate himself because of what he's done. And even though he may not identify as a disciple right now because of his sin, heaven still sees him as a disciple. If we had that mentality in the church, like, we would be so much further. It's a lot of this and not a lot of this. Like, I need you to stop doing this and take those hands and put them together and pray for your brethren.
Quick to listen, slow to speak, slow to become angry.
Sorry.
It always comes back to read your Bible. It's all in there. So is there a time then, have you had any, like, somebody, claiming Christian or on their faith walk, like, confront you about some of the spaces that you...
Oh, yeah, often.
Is there one that, like, comes to
often.
Like, on Tuesday?
Yeah.
On the way here, actually.
And this is a great question, because there's some where, like, they're like, oh shoot, yeah, you're right, I really need to fix myself up, and there's somewhere it's like what was that from? Like, there was no basis in that whatsoever. And then that's when sometimes you notice, like, oh, you're struggling with something, and because you're struggling with it, it's now my problem. And in that part, you have to take what they're saying, and then you have to also just pray for them. Yeah. Because if I just criticize them back, I'm doing what they're doing, right? So I'm trying to think of points exactly, but they happen very often. But the anime world is like any other media, is what I try to tell people, because people are like, you shouldn't be watching anime, it's devilish. I'm like, okay, so have you watched Avengers? Have you watched Star Wars? Have you watched?
Have you listened to literally any song on the radio at the moment?
And even a lot of the Christian movies are not beaten by Christians.
People will talk about
my
devilish.
mom. This. I hope my mom sees this. I'm so mom.
We love calling out our moms on here.
I hope my mom will be like,
this is where you air your childhood trauma.
How can you watch this stuff? And I'm like, I hear.
Do you know about the movie Billionaires Club?
No.
That was like our.
It's on Netflix, right?
It might be. I watched it back home, like when I was a child. That movie traumatized me for life. Like there's a scene. It's about witchcraft, obviously.
Yeah.
And there's a scene in the movie where like they literally pound a baby. Yeah. And my mom was locked in.
Not pounded down.
But I can't watch Sinners. That's where she draws the line.
I was raised off.
I have feelings about that.
I was raised off of like Young and the Restless, Bold and Beautiful, and I'm like
you're saying raised. It's still on the TV right now as we speak.
And I was raised on it, and Victor's still alive. And like sometimes I'm like, you wouldn't let me watch Harry Potter, which like that's cool.
Yes.
But I also should be watching two grown adults getting busy on the stage, and I'm 6.
Okay, so we're calling all the way out.
Yeah, I also wasn't allowed to watch Harry Potter. I think not being a parent and not having kids or anything like that, which is also the same thing as not being a parent.
I mean, just in case they didn't watch it.
Like to a dog?
By definition.
Double blocker.
Yeah. Like, they're trying their best. Like, I said it to kids a lot of times when they come up to me like, Mom, tell me not to do this. I'm like, listen, but like, here's the options. You do this, you go on drugs, you shoot people, you stab people, and whatever. Or we stop you from watching Harry Potter, you hate us, but you don't shoot people and do drugs.
Yeah.
They're going to be like, success.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm like, just try.
Yeah. I think the older I get, the more grace I have.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we've had very good conversations with our parents as we become adults and like gain more responsibility and understanding. Like, you had to feed yourself and pay rent, and also had like 4 kids under your feet at the same time. Like, absolutely not, right?
And you were not very far removed from slavery, if we're being honest.
Yeah.
So your generation.
There's people that are still alive.
Yeah.
That like their grandparent, like
there was a lady in the U.S. who just found out that she was freed. She didn't even know. Yeah.
Why did you laugh? I'm sorry. I'm just.
Oh my goodness. This is the thing. I was literally about to segue into like, OJ has proof that like God can use all types of people to do it. And this man is just laughing at.
My head just went to like her just going out on the field and just being like, it was just.
No, it was literally like that. I think she was like freed in like the 70s.
Really?
Yeah.
Just quite
you don't have to pick a color.
Yeah, nobody told her. She was just there.
She's just like, wow.
Wait, so does that mean she went through like COVID?
Why am I seeing Negroes walking around with no chains?
Wait, does that mean she went through COVID like as a
probably?
No, I think it was like mid 70s if it was not 80s, but I think it was like in the 70s that finally she was like emancipated. Like somebody
in the
told
1970s.
Her. Yeah.
Okay, thank God.
I read an article. Anyway, that's not the point.
Yeah, maybe it's something different, but
Maybe
I know
as
don't cancel me for laughing at slavery. I was never the person to laugh at slavery. As an American, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway,
you're American.
Yeah. Which has its own Canadian issues right now.
An imposter among us.
Yeah.
Okay. So you said you have thoughts about Sinners. So just to bring back my question to the table, right?
Yeah.
The policing of how Christians should consume media. The prophets that come out and say, don't watch that, it's demonic. The demon is going to jump out of your screen. I feel like I'm in the middle with that. Like, I genuinely believe, obviously the Bible talks about eye gates and ear gates and guarding our hearts, right? Yeah. I genuinely believe that you can, unintentionally give access to something, some kind of entity through what you consume.
True.
But I feel like there's also an aspect of fear mongering and a lack of trust to where it's like I have to set up all these parameters because I don't trust that God can lead me and guide me and allow for his discernment to work essentially in terms of what I choose to consume and what I choose not to. So a very convoluted way of asking you, how do you choose what you allow in terms whether it's music or movies or you want to talk about Sinners?
Yeah.
You want to talk about that?
Sinners is a great thing because it's recent. But like, I mean, you've watched stuff on like anime where you're like, I don't feel like I should be watching this anymore.
There are definitely,
right?
I don't know for anyone out there that knows a show called like Dorohedoro, like show, like there's definitely like just in the background animation there's like upside down crosses and like their washrooms are portals to hell and stuff like that, and like there's a certain level where you're like, okay, like I feel like I have crossed a line, right? There are certain things that are, this is entertainment and this is a show, and I think to Queen's point about as a parent or even as like an adult trying to cultivate a relationship with God, when you try to say like, I'm not going to engage, I'm not going to watch, I'm not going to go outside, I'm not going to talk to people, you kind of dull those senses to be able to hear the Holy Spirit being like, this is something that's okay and this is something that's not, right? And Queen and I and Emery, even on previous episodes, we've spoken about sometimes God will call you into an extreme season, right? Where I've gone through seasons where I'm like, no secular music, like no secular shows, like absolutely not. And it's for like a strengthening of those muscles so that when I go back to maybe quote unquote regular life, if I start slipping too far down this way, I'm like, oh, remember how it felt over here when it was perfectly clean? Like, let's stay on that side of the spectrum, right? He kills your
affinity for it to where it's easy for you to separate when he tells you to separate.
It helps you identify the voice, right?
Jeez, podcast done.
Yeah.
That's a great point, because there's some, and to add on to that, there's some stuff that I can watch that you can't watch.
Yeah, exactly.
And vice versa. And what I hate about Christians is that they're like,
You don't hate.
No, hate about.
Strongly dislike.
Strongly
He
despise.
didn't say he hates Christians. He said what he hates about.
I love Christians. No, I hate that like Christians. I strongly despise that Christians do this. Is that God will tell them to not do something, and they believe it's for everyone.
God gave you the word. Okay.
Like, there's personal conviction. It's you. It's you, like, and then you may not know exactly what it is for. Like, it could be specifically because there's something in your future that God is trying to keep you from. So for that reason, you can't do this.
Yeah.
And there's certain reasons why there was a thorn in Paul's flesh that wasn't in someone else's flesh, and whatever it may be. But there's shows that my brother watches, and I'm like, I can't watch that. My cousin, Oyen, I'm throwing names down. My cousin, she watches Jujutsu Kaisen. I watched the first few episodes of it. I'm like, this looks sick, but I'm like, I can't do it.
Really?
I
Yeah.
can't
So
do it.
yeah.
And it looks, and they're like, and then I had my cousins be like, you watch Inuyasha. You watch, and I'm not telling you you're wrong. I'm just telling you I can't do this because God told me. And that same thing you're mentioning of when like you have that thing where it's like, okay, something about this is telling me I shouldn't watch this. In some cases, it's not even bad. Some cases it's like, I don't want you to eat that. I don't know, I'm throwing something out. Maybe just eat that. And it's like, that would not do anything to everyone else. But for me, it is bad. Yeah. And I just have to take that, like, my walk with God has gone that far now. Yeah. Where God can actually be like, there's something specific that I want to make sure you don't experience.
Yeah. I love the like gym analogy as well when it comes to like walking out Christian faith, right? There are certain things that certain people, you've dwelled with God to a certain measure or to a certain degree that he has now like sharpen those sensitivities in you where you know where your limit is, right? So if you haven't dwelt in God's presence and like maybe read the Bible and studied and, you know, done all of these things, and then you try and put yourself in an environment that is overwhelming or is going to like affect those certain gates in your heart and get those footholds that we talked about, I think it's the same thing as if like you never worked out and then you went to the gym and immediately tried to curl like a 50-pound weight, right? It's just like in any other circumstance, you knew that wouldn't have worked. And like I genuinely think your faith is a muscle that you have to work out as well.
That's such
right?
a big point. Yeah.
I think I've never thought of it this way. Like, this is literally the Holy Spirit. Something that we should be more mindful of that we are not is the idea that it's always because it's demonic that God doesn't want us to watch it.
Yeah.
Or it could just be for relationship purpose. Like, God just wants you to obey, period. You don't always have to have a reason for, like, for example, like I shared the story with Amri and Summer where I watched Love Island, and I had posted something on Threads about it. It wasn't anything crazy. It wasn't anything bad. Like it was just a take, right? And I posted it at 2 a.m. The Lord tells me to delete it. And I'm like, is this really God? I'm like, I'm gonna sleep on it. I wake up, literally first thing on my mind.
I was like, just so you know.
We're still on this page.
And I'm just like, and at that point, it's starting to go viral on Threads. So I'm like,
your post is going.
Yeah. Like, people are coming, they're liking, they're doing the whole thing, whatever. I'm like, are you sure?
Jesus.
I mean, our podcast is pinned on my profile, so like, if anybody comes to my profile, they'll see the podcast. So this is really just like funneling, whatever. I walk into my prayer closet, because usually I don't bring my phone into my prayer closet, but this time around, because I was on Threads, like, I walk into my prayer closet with my phone. I'm about to, and the Lord is like, turn around, go and delete the thread, and then come back. So I go and I delete it. I come back into my prayer closet, I do my worship or whatever. I open my devotional. The first sentence, has God ever asked you to do something that didn't make sense? That's it.
Well, now that you mention it.
You are a funny man. But the interesting thing about, like, after that happened, right? On Sunday night, the Lord and I had this really, like, intimate moment, and, like, he called me. I'm not announcing it to be a hypocrite, like, just to talk about, like, how obedience deepens relationship. He called me into a fast, and we've been in a very intimate place for the last couple days. But I say all of this to say that sometimes God just wants you to obey. Sometimes, like somebody said, he just wants to sharpen those senses. It's not necessarily because the demon is going to jump out of the screen and bite your head. He just wants you to build that familiarity with his voice, right? The Bible says in the cool of the day, God came and walked with Adam and Eve. And when they eat the fruit, the Bible doesn't say Adam heard God's voice. It says Adam heard the sound of God's footsteps. Can you imagine being so familiar with someone to the point where you can recognize their footsteps? At that point, there were animals in the garden. It could have been a dinosaur. It could have been a dragon, for all we know. But he could recognize that, no, this is not any animal. God is walking to the garden. Let me go and hide. Like that is the kind of intimacy he wants to cultivate through our obedience. So, as like Summer said and OJ said, Amri has said, like, work your discernment. I trust in the Lord that he will guide you and instruct you whenever it's media that you shouldn't. I'm somebody, I really love, like, the Harry Potters. I love that kind of movie, that kind of show.
My mom's gonna watch this, but I'm
so serious.
What type of female are you?
Okay, you want to go for your She said Jezebel.
Oh my God.
Come kneel down.
You're fraternizing with the enemy. But no. And then you want to add to that music, which is where Sinner comes in.
Oh,
and
music, yeah.
When Summer watched Sinners, right? She kept asking me, like, have you watched it? And I was like, I feel like, I don't think the Lord is telling me not to watch it, but I feel like I need to pace myself with this, because Sinners touches on every single one of my affinities. Whether it's costume, whether it's
design,
magic, design, set design, music, choreography. I love those things. And so I know when I watch Sinners, I'm going to be so enthralled in it. And so I feel like I want to be easy with it, so that I don't block my ears to what the Lord is saying to me.
So is Sinners hitting you different because of the name?
No, it's not even actually about the name.
No.
Okay.
So I ended up watching it.
I haven't watched it, so
Listen, objectively, it's a great movie.
Which I think people heard Lecrae say that, and they're like, "How could you?" I'm like, "Listen, this."
Yeah.
As a
God
DJ,
forbid Christians have opinions.
also,
as a DJ, there's music I listen to. I'm like, this is dope. Never playing this again, though.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's been great.
Yeah.
You know that meme where the guy's laughing and he goes into the car. He's like, and the door closes. Like, that was great, but I'm not doing that again to myself. But I think that's what the movie, and I don't know if I don't feel like God's told me not to watch it. It's just that there's been so much blah about it that I'm like, I'm probably gonna wait this one out before I watch it.
No, but it's different sensitivities, right? So like when I watched Sinners, I didn't even know what I was getting myself into, and I watched it in the theater. I watched it by myself, right? And it was very, very overwhelming, and I wanted to talk to Queen about it because she is very sensitive in the spirit as well, and the same way that she had to pace herself, right? Queen watched Wicked. Up till right now, I have not watched Wicked because it's the same like propensity, right? Where I'm like, I feel like there's something in this that God is being like.
I don't think I can get.
Literally, I'm not gonna lie. I felt more watching Moana than I felt watching Wicked.
And like that just goes to show like two people can have completely different reactions. Both are Christian, and it's just going to kind of double down on the points that we're making, right? That God has specific instruction for every single person, and I've mentioned this, on Zoom calls and stuff that we've been on in the past, where I genuinely believe that God allows you to pass through things to be able to hand that knowledge over to other people as they pass through things, right? So I never think it's like, I never think that God is punishing you. I always think it's like, this is to edify, this is to strengthen, this is to encourage, right? Always, always, always. But because I'm in that season, it doesn't mean that now I'm allowed to go outside and shout at other people that are doing the thing. Like, that's it, right?
Like, even, like, going back to, like, people who, like, share, like, Christians shouldn't be doing this, Christians shouldn't watch this. Like, not to say that if you felt personal conviction that you can't share that, but I feel like the framing of it should be, this has been my conviction. This is the one that I got from God. If you are going through a similar moment in life, you're going through something similar, hey, maybe this might be the path that you want to take, but that doesn't mean that's for everyone. Like, there's this girl I follow that she's been on a weight loss journey, right? And she's like, for me, God's calling me to stop being gluttonous, right? Stop using food as my emotional support, whatever, right? If me trying to lose weight, I don't want to say gluttony because I love to eat. My Instagram Explore page shows I love
gluttony?
to eat. No, but like, I don't eat because of my emotions.
If Daniel was in your circumstance.
Guys, just so you know,
listen,
Anne-Marie showed us her Explore page, right? From a distance, it looked like autumnal vibes. Like, I was seeing a lot of oranges and browns, and I was like, why are you in autumn and we're in summer? Guys, it was plantain, jollof rice, pasta.
But like, for me, I'm not in a season where like I feel like I'm gluttonous, right? I love food because I love the culinary arts.
You're a great cook, yeah.
You know, you heard it here first. But like, seeing that, she's not framing as all you people that are over 200 pounds are gluttonous and need to lose weight, and eating Chick-fil-A makes you a bad Christian. It's, here's the season I'm in, here's what I'm doing, and if you want to walk through this with me, follow me, look at my stuff, but there's no shame, no...
You know what's crazy? I was literally, as you were, right before you said that, I was thinking about the gym, and I'm like, that just seems so random to talk about the gym. And you talk about the gym, I'm like, jeez.
We literally have been in our gym girl era.
So this is what God's been talking to me about. He's like, because the fun thing for me is my body doesn't look different, but I have Nigerian parents. So my cousin,
they come for you?
You have developed a bit.
Jeez.
You look a little chubby.
I'm not gonna lie.
My mom said to me one day, I was watching TV, said, OJ, you look round. And I said,
listen, OJ.
And then my cousin took another video of me beginning, maybe end of year, December. And I was just like watching TV, like in my house at
minding your own business, living.
And she took a picture of me and she's like, look, you look like a Nigerian uncle. And I said, okay.
This is uncalled for.
That's the one thing I did have to really toughen my skin going to a Nigerian church. Like, the amount of aunties that have come to me like, Summer, you look like
it's not a Nigerian church.
You're
it's
enjoying.
international church.
You've been enjoying. And I'm like, shouldn't you be happy that I'm enjoying? Like, I'm confused.
So you're increasing.
I regret my enjoyment.
Yeah, there's like one, and like I've been going to the gym like consistently for like 2 years for my own mental health and like for my own like regulating my ability to focus on things and, you know, burning some energy, right? No goals at all. I've had no goals. My goal has been to show up.
And to get it done.
Yeah. Right? And so, like, right? So, like, people say, oh, Emery, I could tell that you're losing weight. I could tell you're losing weight. I'm like, I can't see what you're seeing, but, like, sure.
Thank God.
Right?
Yeah.
Out of nowhere, I was minding my business one Sunday, and, like, I wasn't confident in what I was wearing, but I was like, you know, we'll do better next week. And, right, unsolicitedly, like, a lady pulls me to the side. She's like, you were losing weight at the beginning of this year, and I could tell that, you know, it's coming back. Don't let it happen.
Unsolicited.
I actually had to fight the tears from falling. Like, after that, like, I walked around, I looked at Summer, I looked at Queen, and I was like, I actually have to, like, suck in these tears right now, because I did not ask for this at all.
Nor
the
did you
fact
deserve
that, like,
it,
someone
bro.
has almost made all of us cry.
Yeah.
I have multiple.
Queens are so deadly.
Please be insulted through me.
I don't know what it is about my face that people are just like, oh, I'm just gonna say whatever I have on my mind.
The thing is, Emery also catches strays in the way that people diss you sometimes. Where I'm just like, why is this a combo right now?
Bro, oh my God, we were having an event.
It was my dad's birthday. I want you to know that it was my dad's birthday.
And Amri and I, like, we're serving food, right? So we're in a line, like, all of us girls, we're serving. This wonderful and fearfully made woman.
Oh, wow.
I say that sarcastically.
I feel
But
Queen.
Okay. No, that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to be positive. I didn't want to call things as they are. What is faith?
She is fearfully and wonderfully made.
She is.
Jesus.
She is hopefully repentant.
My point is
and forgiven.
She gravity is not her friend, and
hey, I moved.
I'm trying to paint a picture, guys. Okay.
Your brush is very wide.
Okay, all right. Okay, I'm sorry. Let me start over. If we're
Another gravitationally challenged person in your life.
How are you gonna bring this? How are you gonna bring the solar planet's gravitational pull
let me
into
start
it?
over.
Oh.
Okay, biblically, right? If you were to ask, like, who is she closer to?
Zacchaeus.
It would be Satan.
Was a rather large.
Physically, like, who is she closer to? Like, is it heaven or hell? It's hell. Okay, she's short, is what I'm trying to say.
We haven't started the story yet.
I thought we were gonna go into he was a very large man. You know that verse?
No, very small, short woman.
No, I thought it was a verse that says he was a very large man or something like this. It's got to be somewhere in the Bible.
I
I
thought
can't
you were
remember.
going with, Zacchaeus. He was short. He had to climb a tree.
Okay, Zacchaeus, a female Zacchaeus, and she was a little inflated as well. And she comes up to me. Mind you, I didn't even know her. I didn't even know how she
I'll
knew
be
me.
honest, I had to look at her for a good 5 minutes.
To recognize who it was.
I had to look at her and be like, oh.
So I'm like, because I have 2 trays in front of me. I'm like, what would you like? She looks me up and down. She's like, you really let yourself go.
Wait.
I look at Amory. Amory looks at me. I say, what would you like? She's like, you're now starting to look like this your sister over here.
Right,
Pointing at Emery.
right. I'm looking at Queen. She's looking at me. And I'm like, am I...
No,
Did
mind
she
you,
really
mind you, if you wanted to compare back rows, hers is giving Canada's Wonderland, like roller coaster.
Okay, so we're Christian girls on a Christian podcast saying Christian
We are
things.
trying our best.
We're trying our best to stay on topic.
I'm saying objectively speaking, like if we wanted to count how many rows we each have on our back,
We all have them. That's what we're gonna.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Okay.
saying. I have back rows, but her back rows are greater. But anyway, so she says that, and she just keeps going. And at this point, like the spoon is in my hand, is shaking because I'm like, I can lift up my hand and descend it with vim. But I say, I'm the daughter of the Lord, and my mother is here, and this is Amir's father's birthday, so we're gonna act accordingly. And I asked for the 3rd time, what would you like? And so at that point, she got the message. I served her food. She moved on.
Dude, the crazy thing is that, like, she was like, she left. She's like, I hope I didn't offend you. And I'm like,
What other result?
I love when and
like the no offense.
I don't think this is an uncle thing. This has got to be aunties. And
I've been assaulted by both genders.
Okay, I've only received it from aunties.
I went to go greet him after church on Sunday. There was like a Congolese couple that used to come to our church. The husband, because they were the only French speaking couple in church, and so my people. So I go to greet them. Whatever. The wife greets me. No problem.
Stand up, take my people with.
The man, straight face, does not even crack a smile. Looks me up and down. Say, I prefer the way you looked before.
Jeez.
In French.
Bilingual.
So it sounded sweet.
That was also the last time I ever saw them. So I guess it was parting words.
Yeah, honestly, truly, Queen, the way you look just scared them so much they never came back.
But you know what? So as much as what you just said or everything you mentioned, those things that were said to me from my family, I was like, okay, I need to step up. And I'm like, and I took it from like where the Bible says like your body is a temple, and I'm like, okay. So like, there's some churches I've been to where I'm like, a lot of things are falling apart at the front door. And it's like, this is God's church. He should be taking care of this. And God's like, okay, are you taking care of your, like...
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
God, he'll spin it back on you.
Yeah.
Quick.
Yo, God talks some smack to me.
Dude.
Sometimes I'm like, okay, God, relax. Like, I got you.
I get it.
I got you.
You ain't gotta
Like,
go too
it's
far.
bad when
When
you
he
get it
gives you
from
a backhand?
aunties. It's bad when you get it from aunties, but when you get it from something that you can't, like, how am I supposed to talk back to God? Like,
but
you know
that's
what I
the
mean?
thing,
Like,
but,
On your Job. If I go as far as east is
Yeah.
to west,
You know what I
I
mean?
cannot find him. Like
you can talk back to the person that's gravitationally, challenged. But what are you supposed to say to the person that like created you as a human being? Like, you know,
but I also
summer is just.
But I also feel like that is
Summer's.
So y'all keep saying gravitational charge. I'm about to tweak.
summer is okay.
Okay, I feel like we need to start wrapping up, you know?
Summer, I feel. Here's the thing. I feel like
You're tall in the
gravitationally,
Lord, Summer. You're
it's
tall
not
in the
it's,
Lord.
exactly like it's
Yeah.
it's a way of being. It's not so much about your physical appearance, it's the state of mind. The way, like, when we say short king, I feel like the short king syndrome, where we don't have an issue with people that are short, it's just the way that they behave. So being tall is a state of being. It's
Queen,
the way
you're
that...
not tall. You're very average height.
And I would take that.
How tall are you?
5'6".
Oh yeah, you're very average.
Very-
You're like 5'5", right? You're like the same height. I don't know. Everyone is short to
I'm
me.
5'7".
Oh, same difference.
I'm pretty sure everyone... That's what Goliath said.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway.
What were we talking about again?
Yeah, I don't even know. I think...
I'm sorry. I don't have any hate in my heart towards that lady. It was just a very funny situation.
Yeah.
If you're watching.
You have to laugh at the pain.
Through the pain.
Yeah. If you're laughing.
In the pain.
If
In
you're
the
watching,
valley.
I'm sorry. We're very sorry.
Oh, we were supposed to play a game. Let's play a game.
Yeah, I think, you guys want to end on a game?
Yeah.
Jeez, we're ending already? Oh my god.
Yeah, we've been here for
Yapping,
almost an hour,
yeah.
guys. We have been yapping.
Yeah, I was gonna ask.
You have to come back. I feel like...
Yeah, I
So,
feel like we didn't even get to like half of the things that we wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
A quick thing about music.
Yeah.
Because I think that's really, because we're going to go into music.
Yeah.
Something I think that's been really, really helping me with the music side of things is, I think, it's funny we're talking about movies and stuff, roll out them. People typically put music on this pedestal of like, it can take us to this demonic place if you listen to this.
To be fair, sinners tried it, but
to this person, this or whatever, right? And I'm like, well, yes, but also it's like there's some music that's just music.
Yeah.
There's some things where it's like you need to find an alternative to what you're listening to. That's what I did when I was trying to get out of hip hop, and it happened because I think someone died that I knew from like shooting or stabbing. I can't remember what it was. I think it was a stabbing, and I'm listening to the music that's like talking about it, and I'm like, man, this feels weird. And so I'm like, I gotta get out of this. So I started listening to, at that time, it was soca. And soca's just...
I hate soca.
I love soca.
I
Soca's
hate
just...
soca
Just
with
everything's
passion.
happy. Everything's... Dun, 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 dun. Actually, the one car accident I've ever been in my life...
I feel like I know where this is
transition?
going.
The one car accident I've ever been in my life, it wasn't with anyone else. I'm a Brampton driver, but I've never hit anyone. But I was driving up to somewhere in Brantford when I was going to university, and I went, it was such a bad story, because I drove all this way for a girl, because I wanted to see a girl.
See you alive? See you alive?
Yeah. In a snowstorm.
Sorry.
I wanted to drive to see this girl because it was a snowstorm. I
It's
knew
see you
school.
alive.
I know school was canceled, but
Wisdom
I'm like,
is chasing you, but you know.
I know. Wisdom is chasing you, but you are faster. And then so I swerved off the road.
In the corner.
Whoa.
We see each other.
I didn't even book when you rented it. Whoa.
I knew it was coming. I in her corner. I'm like, yeah, she got it.
I didn't even do it on purpose.
I'm sorry.
And I went into the ditch. You got something for ditch? No for ditch? Okay. I went into the ditch, but it was like heavy blasting soca. And so it was just like, and the car's just drifting and then boom. And then so like, I'm like, the car is this way, right? And if you've ever been in a car accident, like when you hit something, like your whole car will stop. So the music stopped. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, upside, like basically facing like this. And then there was like silence for like 10 seconds. And then, and I'm like, this is so and I had to climb backwards up the car with music playing. Wow. But that was my thing to get out of hip hop. So I listened to that for a while, and then I got into K-pop, then I got into anime music and whatever. And now I'm back at a point where I can listen to hip hop, but I don't listen to it. Like it's like I can play it when I do other events and stuff. When this comes back to your first earlier question of like, do people check you on what you play? So I had one of my boys who's a Christian artist. He came by and he was at one of my shows in Chicago. He knows who he is. He's a big artist, great guy. And he listened to the whole show. And he's like, bro, I really feel like weird to tell you this. So he's like, I don't think you should be playing like that song. And I'm like, oh, I'm like, okay. And I kind of battle with it. And I'm like, I don't know if it's necessarily that song. But I'm like, I do know that night I wasn't watching what I was playing. And I was just playing because there was less people there, and I was trying to keep their attention more than keep my actual, like,
your heart in
my
check.
heart. And so, like, when people walk up and be like, yeah, I'm a Christian, and you not be confused. Because there's a lot of people I meet in these situations that are Christians. In fact, that same night, I prayed for one guy that was like, you know, I'm thinking about going to church, and this is this. And then me and him happened to be there. His name's After That. Happened to be there, and we actually prayed for this guy there. But I'm like, if the things I'm playing is contradicting what I'm saying, that's kind of a messy move. And so, like, I have friends that will come up to me and do that. And I have other friends that would be like, bro, I don't like the fact that you played this. I'm like, bro, you're going to have to live with that.
Yeah. That's the one thing I'll commend you for. Like, anytime I see you posting, whether you're at a wedding, whether it's an anime thing, whether, like, whatever it is, there's always, like, a Christian mix kind of just, like, slid into the set.
Slide them
and, like,
in there.
I love it. I really, really love that you stay true to that.
And I just want to say, like, I also love that perspective because I feel like we can always be like, oh, what, Christians are always chastising and this and that, but there's a flip side of sometimes it comes from a genuine place, and sometimes you actually have to heed that warning. And I love that, like, in that moment you took a moment to, like, you know, scan or, like, go back into your memory and, like, oh, you know what, you're right, and I want to correct that. Like, I think we just need to learn and teach each other how to handle criticism or conflicting opinions. It doesn't always have to end in a sword fight.
Yeah,
or
like
just
you said it like a couple weeks ago, where it's like disagreement isn't disrespect, right? Like we can disagree and it be very respectful. And like we might not come to the same conclusion, but we will leave with a mutual respect for each other. That, like, if let's say 2 weeks from now, like, something does come up that we also disagree with, sit down, have a conversation, we can meet in agreement because there hasn't been that relationship of disrespect built.
Yeah, and we're also gonna get to heaven and see all these. My dad always says, he's like, you guys are upset. You're gonna see these people in heaven. No awkward is gonna be the man that you're. This person is there telling people that you're here.
I think about that all the time.
You and that lady, you guys are gonna be.
And she's gonna be in heaven. You're talking about gravitational pull.
Yeah, but I also feel like just like the state of Christian music has gotten like so much better. Where,
oh my goodness, Christian music is
like
so
finally, right?
I was born in the perfect era where, like, I couldn't imagine like having to like be like, oh, I like hip hop, right? And my spirit doesn't like rest with the lyrics and like the vibe, but this is like the type of music that I like, right? And not having like the equivalent, whereas now, like, you could find Christian Glorilla, you could find Christian Pop Smoke, Christian SZA, you know?
Brit Trilla and Alex Jean.
I love Alex Jean.
Yeah. So
sometimes he's Burna Boy too.
With that, what you just, what did you just finish? Oh my goodness, what did you say just
like
before
the
this?
State of Christian music. So
she can have choices, like options.
There's Christian music right now. I've had people reach out to me and be like, hey, I don't really vibe with the whole Christian thing, but I know that at least the stuff in it isn't bad for me. Can you give me some suggestions to listen to? Speaking of that, I'm sorry I have not given you those suggestions. I'm going to find
in the description.
Yeah, in the description, we're gonna have all of OJ stuff.
There's
as well,
so many. There's like Christian music is used now in regular media because they know that it's not. There's no cursing in it.
I'll remember one day I went to Crocodile to paint like whatever, right? And I was painting whatever, right? And I was like looking at my friend. I'm like, I thought I heard the word cross, but I'm just gonna keep painting, right? Kept painting. I'm like, wait, no. That's Forrest Frank, right? And I'm sitting there and I'm looking around, like, there's a whole bunch of people there from like literally different religions, and like we're all listening to Forrest Frank, Hovey, Alex Jean, and I'm looking at the girl that playing the music, and I'm like, I'm happy that we see each other here, and that we can, like, these people can think that this is mom music, right? But like low key, like, we're injecting Jesus into
literally in the subconscious. And I love the point that you made about sometimes music is just music, because I see that same policing like in a lot of Christian art, Anatolia, like a lot of these artists where their message is clear but your sound sounds worldly because apparently the world has a sound, right?
Oh my gosh, please don't let me please let me rant for a second.
Yes. Carry on.
And these are my
just straight
thoughts.
down the barrel.
The Christian church and the obsession over Hillsong, over Elevation, over Maverick City, that type of music, but not allowing music to actually, like, you know, evolve is so annoying, and so many people have lost the gospel just simply because this sounds like something I've never heard before.
808s.
Like one of my friends went to a church and she said this, and I'm like, this is exactly what people need to understand. She's like, I went to this church. She's like, it was so nice. They were like, it felt like I was at like an old Coldplay concert. And I'm like, yeah, because Elevation, Hillsong, and all this type of music, the type of music they were playing, no offense now, they are getting better, sounds like old like it's old soft rock. And there's nothing wrong with that. What is wrong with that is when anything outside of that realm is not Christian all of a sudden. So soft rock soft rock before was the way that hip hop was for us. Before Hillsong, there was Vineyard. I think it's Vineyard. Vineyard was the Hillsong of before, or which is the Maverick City of now. Everything was them. And then that sound, which if you listen to it, like it sounds very different from soft rock.
Yeah.
Hillsong came in. Why did Hillsong come in? Because the current generation, which comes back to the conversation we were having before, the world's music changed. We are listening to the same type of Christian music from like before I was born, before my dad was born.
Yeah.
And it hasn't changed. So like the people you listen outside, this is why it's hard for youth to listen to worship music, because they're like, it doesn't resemble anything else I listen to.
Yeah.
And so you have these artists like Alex Jean, like Hulvey, like Caleb Gordon, Miles Minnick, all these people that are putting Scooty Wow, all these people that are putting like music in like the message. KB is my favorite artist of all time, is taking worship music and putting it into today's context. And it's like, and for the church, a lot of times it's like, I don't like that beat. This is the reason why it took me forever to start making those remixes, because people were like, I don't like the fact there's hip hop behind it. It feels demonic. And I'm like, okay. But like, there's so many people that are missing out on God's great message to just be able to share with people because the vehicle seems different.
Yeah.
Mic drop.
Okay, so we are going to play a game.
Yes.
Emery and Queen are veterans of this game.
Jeez.
I use the term veteran loosely.
I am going to say a word, and you are going to sing a verse. You can as loud as possible because they came to play. I already know.
You want me to sing?
So is it just OJ or is it?
All three of you are competing for points. Your favorite thing, okay?
I love competitiveness.
So we're going to do a practice round,
I
okay?
hope I don't suck at this.
Wait,
No,
so
let's
we
just
have to sing
go.
the song in your head or just any song?
Not the one in my head. Any song with that word in it, we're going to do a practice round to make sure that OJ understands, okay?
Okay.
Gosh.
So
okay.
I'm going to give you a word. You have to sing the song with, again, it doesn't have to be some beautiful melodic, life-changing event, but
It won't be once
I
I
need
sing
to
it.
know that this is a real song, okay? Your first word. 3, 2, 1. Jesus.
Jesus loves
is
me,
the
this
King
I know.
of Kings.
Perfect.
I think OJ got you there.
There were so many different Jesus. I was just like,
Yeah,
I
so that sounds like that's an
malfunctioned.
easy practice round because
Okay,
Jesus
that
is very
was
hard.
pretty sick.
I will be
Okay.
honest.
Yeah.
Jesus is the King of Kings. I don't know what song I'm singing.
I don't know what
Say, what song?
I think you wanted to say Messiah is the King of Kings. Because which one is Jesus is the King of Kings?
Messiah, Jesus.
Oh,
Jesus is the King of Kings, Messiah is the
Yeah,
Lord of Lords.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Let's go.
Your word is
A lamp unto my feet.
That was a good one. That was a
Get
good
out.
one.
your word is grace.
Grace found
Grace,
me.
God's
Grace save me.
I don't know that song.
It's a Nigerian
Grace
song.
me. You don't know?
I think
But
but I
I
mean,
said
got the
grace,
point.
and 2 out of 3 heard in the room, so that's a you problem.
No. I'm fine.
No.
That's 1 point to Emery.
that is the only
What song
point
did
I
you
will get.
sing?
Grace,
Don't
grace,
prophesy
God.
like that over your life.
I don't know. It's
Great God, great God.
No,
No,
it's grace.
This is
grace.
Emery's classic, though. She gets the first point.
I
and
can't
then
remember. I can't remember what the
I'm
song's from.
identifying a
My
pattern in
parents
your
sing all
life
the
that
time.
needs to be broken.
Pray for
the
me.
stronghold needs to be torn down.
Okay, 1 point for
Okay.
Emery.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. Love.
Love me too much, oh.
Okay. You know what? I'm actually now I'm just starting to wait to listen to what you're gonna sing, because I'm like, are these real songs? And then when you said that, I'm like, okay, it's actually a real song. Okay.
Okay?
Yes,
Okay.
the train has been broken.
Hey,
You don't have to
sister.
start with the word that I give you. You could have
Oh.
said Jesus, you love me, because love
yeah.
is in there, right?
2 points.
Okay.
Jeez.
2, 0, 0.
This is bad.
In case anyone wasn't sure.
This
I've
is
won
not-
2 of these games in a row. Like, I'm good.
I think you won 3.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Faith.
Faith of our fathers leaving still, in spite of famine,
like a
darkness, and war.
She's a hymn baby.
Faith of our fathers, holy faith,
still can't think
you
of the
will
word
be
faith.
true to thee till
And
then.
Queen has entered the chat. Okay.
Do original songs count?
No.
No, you can just say words. What?
But no, word, I still can't think of a word of the song with faith.
Yeah, so that's
crazy.
You know, you blank like
I
that's.
put my faith in Jesus.
Yeah, there we go.
I should just saying that.
Okay,
You did.
2, 1. Okay.
OJ the DJ.
I know. This is rough. This is rough.
I started off by saying you're a
Stop it.
DJ. I just want you to know that.
All right, this is not a good.
Fun fact: hymns were once controversial in the church.
Which is also something I bring up to people. Like, you want to do Gregorian chants? Gregorian chants.
Honestly,
go
though, like
ham.
sometimes those like Hebrew like
Yeah, like
it
the
gets me in
Arabic
my
sounding.
feelings.
vibe.
Yeah, like I really
It's
love
like
those,
a different way of
like,
connecting with God.
recitations.
It's just it's the always problem is whenever
love
someone's
it.
like, "You can't do this." It's like, okay,
Say so.
3, 2,
gosh.
1. Hope.
hope. I'm thinking
Jesus Christ, my living
Living hope. Yeah, that's a good one.
You guys wouldn't know my song anyway. It's a South
Don't give
African
up, it's your home for glory. He promised he will never leave you. Don't give up, he's your home for
Tap
glory.
into South African
He promised he
gospel.
will never
Like a
leave
mafia.
you. Mama.
song. No, like
I'm gonna be honest,
just
South African music, language knows no.
No bounds.
Yeah, I don't think me some South African music then.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Glory.
Glory to glory, you never be the same, you never be the same.
Is that an original?
You take me higher and higher and higher. We're forever changed, forever changed.
TOB.
Okay, can I guess the artist?
Sheesh, I don't even remember the artist.
Okay, never mind that.
Okay,
Guess it. You maybe it's. I think it's Redman.
Guess it, I think.
Rock?
Redman. No.
Oh, like REDM
MAN. I think it's maybe Matthew Redman, or it's from Passion. It's definitely from Passion.
of the Christ?
We go
Passion
from
CD.
glory to glory. The song's called Glory, Glory.
Passion of the Christ is insane. Okay.
Glory to glory.
Okay, so
Glory
OJ,
to glory.
you're on the board.
Went on board.
Let the glory of the Lord
Let it rise.
rise among us.
Do a song, kids, mine.
Jeez, you went up an octave for that. Is that how you normally sing it?
Yes. That's what she.
Rise among us, let it rise. Isn't that how we
No,
sing?
that's not how we. That
How do you
sounds-
sing it?
The glory of the Lord rise among us.
Oh,
It goes down.
no.
That's way better the way yours sounds.
Yeah,
That's how it sounds.
that's how-
William
yeah.
Murphy. That's how it
That's how-
sounds in the
that's
Jeez,
track.
that's way better.
Or maybe you were singing like a tenor.
No, this is I vividly remember the church
Rise
singing
among us. That's what they're
this.
singing?
Rise among us. Let the glory of the
Was there
Lord
acoustic guitar?
rise among us. Let the praises of the
You're
King.
singing a harmony.
Mm,
Yeah.
Let it rise.
Oh, see, let it rise.
You going up there too? Okay.
No, you're singing. So when we sang it together,
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
harmonizing together.
Okay.
So you're probably singing like a tenor.
But I'm saying like when I hear it like at the church.
The predominant
Yes.
harmony you're
Yeah.
hearing is that. Okay.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
This is really interesting. I wish I could sing.
So 2, 1, 1.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Praise.
Praise.
Every praise is to our
the
God.
Lord.
That's a
Every
tie.
word of worship. That's why I'm different from everybody.
Yeah, I think that's one point for everybody.
Tie. No points.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
points.
Okay.
Okay, no points. Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Holy.
Holy, holy,
No one
holy.
like you.
Okay.
There is none
Yeah,
beside you.
Actually, no, hold on. Oh no, you're Build My Life and she's holy forever. I was gonna say you two should cancel out, but it's, nah, man. Okay,
Tried it.
tried.
Okay. I only have 2 more, so
That's all
we'll
right.
see if we can at least break the tie.
Oh no.
But Emery,
I'm winning.
You're
What do
on
you mean?
track. You're on track to be the
By the skin
winner.
of your teeth.
I'm holding over in your life.
Touch the hem of his garment.
Okay.
What's wrong?
3, 2, 1. Mercy.
Mercy said no.
Mercy said no.
I'm not gonna let you go. I'm not gonna let you slip away.
Just give it to her. Give it to her.
Don't you look at me like such disgust?
The energy is
that a
worth the
song?
point.
Yeah, Sissy Winans. Mercy said no.
Yeah.
Okay, now it
I'm
sounds
not
like a
gonna let
song.
you go.
Whatever. That was not a song.
Get out.
How dare
We just
you?
talked about the way that my sister gets abused.
I'm gonna be honest. You sang that whole song not on key, so you.
I will never be on key or whatever. Like, I am not a singer. Yeah. Okay.
My cheeks hurt.
This is the last one.
This is
Oh no, this is not good.
I think that I thought it was going to be the hardest, but we'll see. 3. Hello. 3, 2, 1. Light.
Light of mine.
Light of the
I'm gonna let
world,
it
you
shine.
step down into
I'm
darkness.
taking that. No, I took
Yeah, he
that.
got
I'm
it,
taking
he
that.
got
So
it.
it's 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
You don't have another one for us to break this.
Yeah, let's get another one.
Okay.
I feel personally attacked.
Oh, you should feel attacked. I can't. This is rough for me not to get one. I just need one.
Not to win. I already won.
Yes.
Okay.
That's my point.
3, 2, 1. Strength.
You are my strength like no other.
That's both of you guys tied that.
No, I
I
started
think
first.
Queen was.
Queen was like half a second
You
before
think?
me.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
3, 2, 2.
You are my.
I'm coming for you.
My strength. My
you-
pull.
Oh, I thought we were gonna go into you alone and my spirit yield.
That's another good one.
Yeah.
Okay,
So-
this is off topic, but like, what's your favorite hymns?
Hymns.
Honestly, Queen hates it, but Old Rugged Cross is one of my favorites.
I don't hate it. I hate the way my mother sings it.
Yeah.
No offense.
We're just gonna.
You know
let
she
that one lie.
No offense is definitely gonna make this better. Now that you said
I can
that.
tell you what my mom's favorite hymns are. Old Rugged Cross, Blessed Assurance.
Blessed Assurance has been on my head since like we started
And
playing.
Fill
this
My
game.
Cup. Fill my cup, Lord.
Oh, I've seen your mom do that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's not her voice, it's the mannerisms.
I'll be honest.
You know what's
with
crazy? My pastor, I thought I was the only person that did this, like that would like clock mannerisms of our pastors.
Oh,
My
we love
old
that
pastor,
here.
me and my friend used to make fun because he used to always, Pastor McIntosh, whatever he's singing, he would go like this. It was always, no matter what he's doing, just let the praise of the Lord.
That's it. Now let me
Right. And he's not African. He is a regular, degular Canadian.
I was gonna say you looked right at me when you said it. I was like, he's white.
I did not.
You literally did.
Some I did not look
Is
at you
he
when I
from
said
the other
he's
side
a
of the pond?
regular, degular grain
That's
of
exactly.
rice.
He was like, he's a regular Canadian. Oh.
Someone,
He said he's a regular degular.
With that, please, can we wrap this podcast? We're so far off the rails. Please. All of OJ's stuff is going to be in the description where to find him, his TikTok, his Instagram, anything that you want to book him for your wedding. He's great at that too.
Yeah.
Please, you'll be able to find him down there.
I want to ask a question
Oh, before we go,
Yeah.
how have you been trying your best?
in this season.
wow. Funny enough, I actually just had a call with one of my friends. It's way too deep for the end of the show. But I've been trying, she was like, Martina, was like, you need to try to actually spend time with God without anything else happening. No music, no anything, just literally sit in silence. And so I tried that, and I tried my best,
Yeah.
and I woke up the next morning. So
So he got transfigured into
I am trying my best
Yeah.
to just be able to sit in silence with God. I just kept falling asleep.
I love that though.
Yeah.
And I think God sees that. Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
That's perfectly fine. How have you been trying your best, Queen?
That's a great question.
Literally, well, similar to that.
You fell asleep?
No, I did not.
Never.
But
I never sleep.
During this fast, Lord has been calling me to like honor, because the very first time I prayed, it was midnight, and He was like, "I need you to meet me here at this time." And I've never been one to. Whenever I heard the older folks say like, "Pray at 4 a.m. in the morning," I'm like, that is not my cross to bear. But I will support you in your endeavors.
I'll be watching Live Out.
But there's a grace that the Lord has given me to honor that, and even when I felt down, I felt tired, like I'm just like, I have to do this thing, and the Lord has been seeing me through that. So I'm just trying my best to honor whatever covenants I make with the Lord, and I feel like He is honoring me in return in those moments.
Love that. Marie, how have you been trying your best in this season?
Kind of similar to OJ, kind of just like prioritizing those conversations with God, but also not putting so much pressure on myself to make it look the way I've conventionally seen it, right? Like, it's not like you sit down on your knees. And, like, so there are times where, like, you do need to sit down on your knees, open your Bible, and spend that time with God. But, like, something about, like, okay, like, talking about the problems I'm facing in the moment in, like, real time. Like, literally, like, Lord, you see that the highway's red right now, and you know that there's, like, anger building inside of me as I see it red. Like, give me whatever, like, patience I need just to get through this ride. And, like, that has slowly and surely just, like, transformed the way, like, I see the world and I see other people, and also just, like, learning to love people. Like, I have this very weird habit where I hate other individuals. Like,
That quirky little habit of mine.
Yeah, like, other
Just
people's,
a
like, sometimes, like, I'm like, yo, just your existence right now is just, like, irritating me. Like, you standing in front of me in the grocery store is just irritating me. And
You're alive. Why?
And, like, I saw that behavior reflected the other day, and it was really jarring, right? Like, there was a girl that completely lost on this man standing behind me in line for just existing in the line, right? And I was like, and I saw that behavior mirrored, and he was like, this is what it looks like when, like, you hate my creation, right?
Jeez.
And it was like, even though, like, whatever someone's doing, whatever's irritating you, that is still, like, a person that I love, right? And when you clothe my brother, right? When you clothe your brother, you're clothing me. But also when, like, you detest your brother, you also are hating me. And so kind of just, like, learning to love the people that I don't naturally
Gravitate towards.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I love that.
How about you?
I'm trying to be more intentional in, like, positive communication. There was something I was going to say while we were talking earlier about just, like, you know, how certain Christians, like, approach certain situations. And I think a lot of times it's just, you could be saying the same thing, but you have a different communication style. And so you're just, like, missing the mark. And, like, even today at work, you know, this girl who's normally not in, she was, like, talking smack about one of my bosses, which was, like, hilarious. And, like, I did slip the slope a little bit and, like, get tied up in it. But being intentional and letting God, like, move in those spaces to make sure that even if I'm saying something that I think is, like, a little bit funny, I'm always wrapping it up with, but I adore my job, right? Like, I really like this person and what they bring to the job and, like, all of the positive aspects about them, and just making sure that I'm incorporating that in regular conversation. Even, like, taking away from our episode about therapy, if you guys haven't watched it, it's, I think, in the 24, 25 episode back there.
24th, yeah.
24 with Tolu, and there was something she said about just, like, acknowledging somebody before actually speaking on their situation, and I think Queen kind of doubled down on it as well. So just as I'm communicating, make sure it has a positive spin and that I'm actually being intentional in taking in the information before I respond to it. And I don't know, I think it's working well. It's helping me just kind of understand a situation before reacting, and then hopefully it rubs off on others. And, you know, you always want to have a reputation of being just, like, a positive person, so hopefully that works out as well, right?
Yeah, I will try that method.
Jeez.
Moving forward.
Queen.
I just talked about a woman's height. Like, clearly I need
And
it.
back rolls, let's not forget.
I also talked about men. I just said, like, hers are more.
And God loves her too.
Amen.
Yeah.
Thank you again for joining us. Like, comment, share with your family group chat, church group chat, and don't forget to try your best.
And WhatsApp.
Thank you for joining us, OJ.
Can't forget WhatsApp.
Thank you for joining us,
Thanks for
OJ.
coming.
Great conversation.
Thank you for having me.
See you next week, guys.
See you later, alligators.
Bye.
Don't you worry now. Just hold your head high. Don't you worry now. Just hold your head high. Don't turn around.